Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about the awesomeness of this SBA4 brace. Okay, up until now I've been using the SBA3. This is a pretty common one that most people have. It was cool because it was adjustable. The problem with this one was that this area over here was like really flimsy, and then like when storing it I would have to basically put like a piece of rubber in there or something like that just to keep this thing from collapsing on itself. But now that I got this SBA4, I mean, that's going into a junk drawer somewhere because this one is awesome. This one's actually reinforced right over here, okay? So if you compare it to this one, right, you can see that SBA3 versus the SBA4. This over here makes all the difference, okay? This is a lot more rigid back here. And this is really important because what I find is that AR pistols are the best, home defense guns for women. They're the ones that they are able to shoot the best, learn the fastest. They enjoy shooting it because the guns are not front heavy. They shoot these short barrel, these pistols, right? They shoot these a lot better than full size rifles because they're able to come up over here. It's not heavy in the front. So I've seen time and time again that pretty much all women do better with AR pistols than any other gun. Handguns are horrible for most women. Not that they can't get good with it, but it takes a lot more training. They're able to shoot better, like right out of the gate with these pistols. So here's the thing. And now one of the things I'm not going to talk about or go into detail in this video is future possible ATF rulings. Okay, the ATF has gone back and forth a couple times on whether you can shoulder it or not shoulder it. They've considered banning it. They considered making it an NFA item. And I can't plan my life around what the government might do in the future. So I have to go based on what the current rules are, and I have to assume that they're going to be the same. Okay, so I think that's a fair way to approach things in life. That's how I approach things in business. So here's the thing: the ATF has said that occasional and sporadic shouldering is okay. Okay, so that's what they left us. That's the last thing I heard: occasional and sporadic shouldering. Now, to me, that means that in a self-defense type of situation, yeah, that's definitely the occasion that you're gonna want to shoulder this gun and get the best possible shot that you can possibly get. Okay, so in a self-defense situation, absolutely, you're gonna, that's the, to me, that's the occasional and sporadic shouldering. And of course, if you're doing self-defense training, again, that also qualifies as the occasional and sporadic use of, occasional and sporadic shouldering. Now, if you're just blasting away to have fun, yeah, okay, so that'll be the time that we don't shoulder it, that, we'll hold it, off, we'll cheek it, or we'll hold it up here like this in some weird way that the AT, or hold it out there like this, right? But for self-defense situations or self-defense training, that's the occasional and sporadic shouldering that we're going to do to make sure that we hit the things that we want to hit and we don't hit the things that we don't want to hit. Okay. Now, I've tried out a lot of different braces for these pistols. I've got one over here. I did a prior review of it. This one was decent, but at the same time it was kind of weird. This area over here, round, not the most comfortable thing to put the face on. The other thing is changing the length on this, right? It's kind of hard to do one-handed because there's a position here where you got to kind of pull this into your chest, push it in, and then what happens is this bar comes out into the area where your thumb safety is. So this was okay, but I really didn't like it that much. My complaint with the SBA3 was that this was too weak, and it would collapse, and and basically it would become almost unusable. But this one here, the SBA4, fixes all those problems. I really like it. So this is basically, this fits onto a mil-spec buffer tube. The cool thing about SBA4, this company over here, well, SB Tactical is the name of the company. is that they send it to you with the buffer tube, but they don't send you the castle nut that you gotta get on your own. But they do send you the buffer tube. I mean, there's like a tiny bit of wobble in there. It's not that bad. And what I'm doing is I already tested this out. These two buffer tubes are like almost exactly the same. There's a little bit of wobble in this, a tiny little bit of wobble in that. The way you get this out is you just kind of pull this down, right? You grab it here with both fingers like this. You pull this down, and then this comes out, right? And there's the six position buffer tube. I'm just gonna put this on the side for now, and I'm going to install it on this one here. Put that in there. Pull this down. Okay, so there it is. I mean, this thing is awesome. Okay, this is absolutely awesome. It's solid, it's rigid for that occasional, and make it a little bit longer for myself, for that occasional and sporadic shouldering that we're going to be doing, but not too often, never when we're having fun, you know, only when we're doing that, you know, self-defense training, occasional and sporadic. And the thing I really like, you know, in addition to everything else I like about this SBA 4 stock, is that to change the positions, you press this down like you would normally, right? Because like with this one over here, with the SBA 3, one of the things I always used to like get me all tied up and confused, that instead of pushing in the back, you push in the front. So this one is normal, like all my other AR stocks, you press in the back, whereas with this one you push in the front, right? So you go to the front. So sometimes I would just out of habit, and I wanted to adjust this, my hand would go to the rear here, and that wasn't working, so I had to get back to the front over here. So that's the other thing I really like about this one. It just uses something that's more standard. It's gonna, again, this is the one that came with this one, but they're both no spec, they're both the same. I'm just gonna hook it up to this one over here. This way I don't have to bother undoing the castle nut, which is staked in. And this is absolute awesomeness. They got the they got a QD mounting point on both sides here, left side and right side. And I mean, this is just absolutely awesome, you know, especially for women, because what happens with women, because they got shorter arms, you know, they need to bring it in closer to their body, because otherwise, you know, it's harder for them to, it gets more heavy towards the front, they get more tired, they're not able to shoot as long. And one of the things, this is the 7.5-inch barrel. Now, usually I'll tell most women to get, unless they're really tiny, I'll tell them to go with the 10-inch. The reason why I have this device here is because I did notice that sometimes when women were grabbing this, or guys, if I put a guy on this, their hand was going a little bit too close to the front of the gun, and I was afraid that they were going to slip their hand at some point and put it in front of the muzzle. So basically I extended this over here to, you know, make it harder for people to put their hands in front of the gun. It gives me a little bit more time to react when I'm training people. The other thing is I added this three slot rail over here, because what I do is I tell people to put their index finger here. And basically this becomes like an anchoring point, you know, and pull it into the chest. So basically this is almost like an angled grip. Oh, by the way, we can't put the vertical grips on this, which I don't like. I wouldn't put the vertical grip on this gun anyway. It makes it more front heavy. It gets in your way, like you'll hit shit. Like let's say you want to get down on the table and shoot like this. If you got a vertical grip over here, the vertical grip hits stuff. The angle, same thing with the angle grips, they'll get in my way. But a 3-slot rail over here is perfect for gripping this, and you know, and getting yourself, you know, just anchoring consistently to the same place all the time. Got me, it's a little bit longer for me. You know, anchoring consistently. So yeah, SBA 4. Oh, by the way, price. I think it was like $85, which is like awesome. One of the things I like about, I like about companies is, in light of the fact that people are now like buying these things, you know, they're buying polymer 80s, right? Buying braces, you know, buying anything that the ATF is thinking about banning. People are buying them off the shelves like crazy. But the good thing is I'm noticing that the companies, right, that make them are not jacking up prices. I mean, at one point, I think I had seen these braces going for as high as $150, you know, and I got them for like $83. So they're doing the right thing. They're doing they're doing the right thing. They're not doing the opposite of what they should be doing, because the bad thing to do, right, and I think I saw this with the bump stocks, because they're in high demand, they're raising their prices, but that limits the amount of circulation. And here's the thing, we want these guns and all these devices, the Palmer 80s, we want them to fall under common use, right? The Supreme Court has said that commonly used firearms cannot be banned. So the more of these we can put into circulation, the better chance they have of falling under that common use, cannot be banned, you know, a rule. So the good thing about SB Tactical is that they're pumping these out, they're selling them, you know, they're not overpricing them, they're selling them at what I think is a decent price, $85. Yeah, I'm gonna get more. This is really good. I really like it. You know, I very rarely do I do a review where I'm just like, you know, I got like no complaints, 100%. I love it. This SB4 solves all of my problems as far as the weakness of this position here, the awkwardness of this thing here. I forgot its name. I mean, I bought it once. I would never buy this again. This solves all the other thing is that you're trying to zero in your rifle, right? You take a sniper hole. You can actually grab this, pull this into your chest. You know, so you can do this without hitting this thing over here. So you can kind of do this like, you know, take a traditional sniper hold. Whereas with this one here, it was a little awkward. You know, it could be a little weird with this one over here. So most of my standard stocks have a system or style, have this basically this triangle look to it. So that's kind of like standard for me, where I can take my sniper hold, you know, and zero in my rifles. And again, that would count under occasional and sporadic use, because we got to zero in the rifle. The rifle has to be accurate. We got to hit the things that we want to hit, not hit the things we don't want to hit. So that, you know, in my opinion, that definitely qualifies as occasional and sporadic use. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh, I got this at Midway USA. Like I said, about $85, Midway USA. And fast shipping, I think I got it within like 2 or 3 days. You know, I think, you know, so very, very, very happy with this. I mean, I did not know that this even existed. The reason I found this is because I was looking to buy another one of these, right? And then I came across that. I'm like, wow, that's looks pretty perfect. Thanks for watching. If you guys aren't a member of the channel, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.